parents often say, you know what, my kid is safe because I have parental control on their devices. A lot of kids that you speak to will say they actually know the password. I don't know how they know it, but they know the password. Are parental controls and these parental control apps, is that enough?
Unfortunately not. I think the biggest gift you can give yourself and your children is communication. Nothing can go away from that first, every day, how are you? Who did you play with today? Who's in your circle? I think we're so overwhelmed with life that we forget the basics. And I always say the basic, that foundation of parenting, you can never do better than that. Our children are so smart. These teenagers are so smart. You will never know what they're capable of doing. I mean, there's secret apps, there's ways to go. They use their siblings' phones. They use the helper's phone. They use someone at school's phone. So even if you think their phone is protected, it's not protected.
How do I know as a parent that I'm in a danger zone here? How do I know that my child is actually being raised by a phone here instead of me? How do I know when to put the boundary and when it's actually time to get an expert like yourself and get help?
I think you said two amazing things right now. The one thing is boundaries without consequences mean nothing. I think a lot of us as parents, we're like, if you're going to do that, I'm going to send you to your room, but we never send them to their room. We say, if you do that, you're not going to have your phone for a week, but after the second day, they're putting so much pressure on us. So if you want to have effective boundaries, the only way to have effective boundaries is to have effective consequences. Boundaries without consequences actually mean nothing. And our children will push us, right? And then the other question you asked is, how do we start identifying? So one thing that I've recognized working with addiction, and that's all types of addiction, is that addiction is the inability to regulate emotion. So the minute you recognize your children are withdrawn, they're not talking, they're isolating, they're moody, the alarm bells should be going off. But that's where interactive parenting can never go wrong. Even just that 5 minutes around the table or driving home from school, engaging. And I know everyone says teenagers are foreigners, but you know what, at the end of the day, if you're asking, they will eventually answer. Don't stop being inquisitive about what's going on in your children's lives.